Welcome back to my channel. My name is Camden. Today we are going to be discussing one of my favorite topics, which is MLMs. I, like many people at my ripe age of 25, have been selected to be a part of some facials, night out on the town with a couple of ladies. I have been enticed into joining a Beachbody, put my food in container challenge. I have done so many MLM schemes without actually joining them. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because personally in my real life, I have been approached by someone from an MLM, and it made me realize that nobody's grown out of this behavior and that people are still girl bossing. And I just want to talk about it because this is one of my absolute favorite topics. I wanted to make a disclaimer before I started talking because I don't want to offend the girl bosses and the boss babes. Here's the deal. If you're watching this and you're in an MLM, take my hand, okay? Hold it. I just want you to know that I don't hate you, that I don't think you're stupid. I think that you probably were promised a lot of things that are probably not happening. And you also, want to make some money. Listen, I'm not here to yuck your yum. I'm literally making a YouTube channel. Currently, I have 4 subscribers. 3 of them are people I know. So I'm not here to judge you for trying to make extra money or doing something that you're truly passionate about. What I am here to discuss is the majority of people who join MLMs do not end up at the top, which is what they end up always using as a marketing scheme. And that is annoying to me because it's just a scam and nobody wants to be scammed. And a lot of people have taken their hard-earned cash and have tried to make their dreams come true, selling a shampoo or makeup or getting skinny, and it never ends up happening. And so that's good for you if you've made money. I put my foot in my mouth. However, you can't sit here and tell me that you're not making money from your uplines and not actually the product you're selling. Trust me, I know, but it's just my opinion. All of this is my opinion. Please don't be angry at me. Let's begin. Have you ever been approached by a boss babe in a parking lot? No? I have. So, the first MLM that I want to talk about today is Mary Kay, your grandma's MLM, or like they like to say, not your grandma. Mary Kay is probably the closest MLM that I've ever started, and that was because it was during a vulnerable time in my life, college. Let me set the scene for you. I am a young 18-year-old girl in college sitting in my friend's dorm room, and we're just chatting, doing a little kikiing. Then one of the people on my friend's floor came in and she said, "Hey girls, do you want to go to a facial appointment party?" And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, do you want to go and join? I have to have 8 people and we're just going to have a girls' night and do facials." And I was like, "Absolutely. I would love to get a facial." So that's what we did. We show up, walk in, we see a group of women in a circle, like they're kumbayaing and chanting. No, I'm just kidding. We walk in and they're in a circle and they're smiling and they have face mask. Picture your 4th grade sleepover, okay? Your Dollar Tree face mask. And they're sitting here with little handheld mirrors. And then in the corner, there's this lady, let's call her Candace, MLM boss babe Candace, is in the corner like, "Hey girls, thanks for coming." And I'm looking to my friend, I'm like, "Dude, it's the facial. What are we doing?" And she's like, "Thanks for coming. This is a Mary Kay facial party. I'm so excited that you're here." Really, Candace? So I'm looking to the friend that invited us, and no wonder she couldn't get as many people to join because she didn't tell us why we were actually going to be there, which is that we were getting suckered into a Mary Kay party. And if you've ever been to one of these, you know that it's just a really hyper Mary Kay consultant who hasn't quit their day job, so clearly they're not making enough money to honestly even be doing this. And the whole point of it is that you show up, you sit in a circle, and you talk about the products and you put on the stuff. You put on the face products. They pass around a communal bowl. and give you a rag and you wash your face with their skincare and they talk to you about it and try to get you to join Mary Kay. I was very disappointed because number one, I don't like MLMs. At this point, like there's somebody that I know in my life that's like literally like quit their job to be in an MLM, and it was so annoying because their feed and stuff quit being personal and started only being about sales. And we all know someone like that. So anyway, I'm like, oh, great. But obviously I'm not going to leave because why would I do that? I am here to get a facial. So I sit down, I'm putting it on. And then of course we get to the game. You know the game, right? The game where you're supposed to text every single woman in your life and write down their number. And whoever has the most, you get a prize. And so I'm like, my family is so big. I will absolutely win this contest. I did. What did I get? A hand cream. All hand creams are the same. I don't need a K hand cream. And I'm not trying to be rude, but like the smart thing would have been to give me, I don't know, a skincare product that I'm using. And then maybe if I like it, I actually will want to buy more because what if I can't live without it? And it's like the best skincare product. But of course, Candace doesn't really know what she's doing. She's just here to pretend like she's giving facials. So that was my very first experience with an MLM that was like upfront and personal, not an online situation, not just a girl being in my DMs like, hey babe, have you ever tried this? And it's like, no. And then at the very end of it, they catch you with the whole, and you're gonna make lots of money. And it's like, Candace, what do you do for a living? If it's not this, you're not doing much. And it in fact was not her main job. She had a day job. That was my Mary Kay experience. I went to a party thinking I was going to get a facial, and instead I got a hand cream. It was a good time. I'm just kidding. It was not a good time. We're going to be moving on to Monat. The Monat baddies. I love a good Monat baddie, okay? They are serious about their shampoo, okay? Skincare. They got drinks now. They literally have monopolized to do anything that you could possibly need in your entire life. And the reason I found out about Monat was because my hairstylist back in the day decided to join it. And she had a super good experience where her dad was losing his hair to, I think, balding, and then started using Monat products and his hair grew back. And now, as we all know, Monat has some lawsuits about literally hair loss. But either way, I can't discount that experience. Like her whole personality to talk about Monat. And the one thing about MLMs is that they have such a high expectation, especially Monat, that you post every single day and it becomes your entire life. And imagine being a Facebook friend with somebody who doesn't do anything but try and sell you something. Like nobody wants to be friends with somebody that's trying to sell you something. When I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's free. And when the recession happens and none of us can afford Netflix, I will be your free Netflix if you enjoy my videos enough. And if you do, please let me know down below. It's not fun, like, to be friends with somebody that can't just like have a normal conversation with you. And they like to market it. Oh, you don't have to bring up shampoo every time. You don't have to talk about shampoo every time. You just have to talk about it if it gets brought up. They try and convince you the more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. And the reality of that is the more you put in, the more the upline is going to make. I don't think a lot of people learn that until a couple, like 3 months in. I feel like the lifespan of someone in MLM is like 90 days. And then by the 90th day, they're realizing like they didn't make any money back that they spent. And it's really sad. And that's why I don't think you should join one, because you're just going to end up sad. Now on to Beachbody. Beachbody is a little bit of a different experience. It's also the second MLM that I almost actually joined. Beachbody is one of those things where they market it to you by having someone on the internet post obviously all the time. And when they lose weight, they show those stories. If you're somebody who struggles with weight and you want to lose weight, it is really cool to like look at these Beachbody people. Now, Beachbody, I believe, is not an MLM anymore. I think they actually are just in affiliate marketing, which is good. But if you don't know how Beachbody used to work, you would get like these little like portion cups and they would give you that so you would obviously eat less. And then you would do video workouts, and a lot of times people would post, and there's this one girl that I know that does MLMs, and she has literally one of the best personalities. She should just be a YouTuber. Like most of these boss babes, I'm like, girls, you're probably just fine on your own. You don't need to sell shampoo and lie to people to be famous on the internet. Like, I think you could do that on your own. You guys are interesting on your own. And especially this girl. I remember watching her story and being like completely shocked, and then I realized what she was doing was Beachbody, and I really considered it because when you see those kind of results, you have this emotional reaction and you're like, I want that. But then you go and realize that the only reason these people are really losing weight is because they're eating like 1,000 calories a day. It's like Weight Watchers. The problem is when you're finally done doing the program and you go back to your normal life and you don't keep up those habits, you gain it back. And they'll blame you. They'll be like, well, it's your fault that you gave up. You have to be in it for life. It's like with Monat. If you want to have good hair, they're trying to tell you you need to only use Monat the rest of your life. And it's like, I think I can get away with my $6 shampoo from Pantene. And that's what's great about TikTok, because it's exposing those things. And the very last MLM that I've had an experience with is Plexus. Now, this is not an in-person experience. This is an online experience. People I know sell Plexus. I think the biggest problem with MLMs is that they will try and sell you a lie. They will sell you this life. It's life-changing. I took this drink, this pink drink, and now I'm not bloated anymore. And it's like, honey, did you just go poop? Because maybe that's why you're not bloated. Again, it's like feeding into moms and young women and into our insecurities and trying to convince us that if we just take a drink, it's going to fix all of our problems. And if they're not doing any kind of like product selling, they're trying to get you with their lifestyle. They're trying to convince you that because of this company, they have sisterhood. Their faith is better. They make more money. They're not stressed out financially. If I have to spend money to get that life, then are you really having a good life? And are those women really your friends, or are they just all trying to be a part of the rat race that is MLMs? I'm sure the competition mentality in these MLMs is so high, because I cannot imagine being friends with people that are constantly either getting more successful than you or not being successful and feeling like you're either in the middle of that and not knowing what to do with it. Always trying to climb the ladder to get to the next big thing, like a trip. Like these trips, they pay for them. They don't get to go for them for free. They won't tell you that. And they'll stand in front of some cheesy giant sign and they'll be like, how nice that they sent me on this trip, that I have this sister and a girl. All you got to do is go to Florida, babe. You could have gone to Florida on your own. And again, people I know that are very successful in Plexus, or at least that's what the internet persona tells me. But I have to imagine what you have to give up with that. And I also just don't trust people who do MLMs. I don't trust them that they're genuine. I cannot fully believe that in their heart of hearts, they believe the product that they're doing is changing their life. And the reason that I believe that is because most of them do not stick with it. At least the boss babe Monat girls that are like famous on the internet, at least they've been doing it for so long that you can give it to them to know that they're at least like devoted to the company. Just want people to realize that you don't need to be a part of an MLM to have friendship. You don't need to be part of an MLM to have a better body. You don't need to be part of an MLM to get a pink Cadillac. You can do those things in your real life, and you don't have to give up a lot of things up front. One of the videos I would highly recommend if you want to learn more about just how scammy MLMs are, Cece Suarez does a Monat review profit margin thing. She breaks it down and talks about like how much Monat people are actually making, like the median, the main people. What are they actually making? The ones that are signing up, they're losing money. So don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Keep the $200. Go buy yourself, go get a pedicure and a manicure and go buy something that you've always wanted to buy. You don't have to spend it on a shampoo. So these people like to prey on boredom, burnout, and big drama. I almost got sucked in, but I did escape. And now I make YouTube videos, which is arguably a different kind of side hustle. At least no one's trying to sell me a pink drink. If you've ever gotten a "Hey girly" message, leave a comment and let me know which MLM sent that to you. And also let me know your craziest MLM stories if you have any in the comments below, because I would love to read them. Also, if you enjoyed my stories, give it a like so that I know whether or not I can talk about more, because I do have more. It is an endless amount of boss babes in my DM. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have a good one.